Hi, I'm Jennet Ingle, the 5 Minute Reedmaker. I know you've been waiting a long time for a third season of reed making tips and tricks and deep dives, but I am about to be back with a bunch of new episodes based on questions I've received. What makes a good high note or a good low note reed? What kind of tubes are the best? What do you do to prevent loose sides? How do you make a reed louder? I'm also going to do a video showing to my winding to playing process in real time and talking about Oboe Reed Bootcamp, which will happen this August here in South Bend and for which registration is already open over on my website, jennetingle.com. That may be the very next one out actually, as I'm eager to tell you all about it and about the enhanced Extrobo experience that I'm adding on top of it this year. But today, I wanted to talk about the arrival of spring in my reed case. It's mid-April here in northern Indiana, and the first day of spring happened weeks ago, back in March, of course, but that was just the calendar. We had a few nice days, which had no real effect on my actual reed case, but suddenly, about a week ago, all of my reeds became too small. Reeds which had been perfectly nice were almost painfully unplayable. It felt like I was trying to force a normal human amount of air through a cocktail straw or a pencil, which is actually not that different from the actual task of playing the oboe, which felt shockingly bad. I still don't actually understand, in terms of the physics involved, why it is that I need to wind shorter in the spring and longer again in the winter. It seems intuitively backward to me. It seems like the increased humidity should make the reeds feel too big and that I should need to tame them by making the openings smaller, but all of the reeds in my case can't lie. And as it happens, this matches the experience I shared a year and a half ago in my video entitled Weather and Reeds. So I'm winding shorter. I'm back from my 73.5, 74 kind of measurement, back down to 73, even 72.5 sometimes. And the reeds are working. And I'm also doing a quick inventory and getting rid of the reeds in my case that refuse to vibrate. Now, I'm going to try an experiment here. On the principle that nobody has time to remake their entire reed case twice a year whenever the weather changes, I'm going to see if I can take one of my winter reeds here. This has been my favorite reed of the last few weeks. And suddenly today, I couldn't even get sound through it. It was very, very frustrating in my quintet gig. And I would like to see if I can turn this into a reed to play Beethoven 7 on tonight. I don't know if I can. But what I notice about this reed, we know that it has the fundamental flaw, right, of being originally wound a little bit too long, so it's too tight right here at the throat. But I do notice that it is just a little over 70 millimeters, but it has just a long, skinny look to it. I want to see if I can remake this reed so that the lay is a little bit shorter in general, and see if I can make that be... and see if I can bring down the crow enough to clip, and see if I can then play it. So I'm going to take this, it's been such a nice reed, this reed. It's got a long tip with plenty of good stuff directly above the rooftop, but I am going to bring that rooftop back 0.5 millimeter. I'm going to flatten it out a little bit, moving more to like a ranch style dwelling than, you know, a steep second grader rooftop. And I'm going to let the slope happen a little more quickly right above that rooftop. So in other words, I'm taking some of the bulk and some of that sort of invisible two-dimensional slope out of the tip. And I'll do that on both sides, re-emphasizing the transition from the rooftop, or from the heart rather, into the tip, changing the structure of that rooftop to be a little shallower. Okay, now I'm going to go back behind the heart. It's funny, I like the way this side looks with some bark still down here at the bottom of the reed. I'm just going to make that a little bit thinner because I want more resonance. But on this side, you'll notice that I seem to have gone all the way back to the thread. I seem to have made more of a W shape. I don't know what I was thinking. I know this was a good reed, so I'm not going to gripe too much about it, but there's definitely a lack of symmetry there. So I'm going to try to do a little bit of the same thing over here. Just make a shorter, broader deeper back right behind the heart. Then just quickly polish the heart, clip, and see if I've got a reed. It occurs to me I didn't play you a before sample, which is bad of me. I'm out of the habit, boy, of being helpful, apparently. I feel like I barely have a crow. I want a little more of that, and I think I'm going to get it by clipping. I think there's just too much tip still. We'll see if I'm right. I have a crow. It's a freer crow than I had before. Oh, that is exciting. I feel like I might have a read for tonight. I certainly hope this was helpful. This has been a 5-minute Reedmaker video. You can follow these on YouTube, subscribing to me if you wish. You can follow them over on my Facebook page, where I plan to release one a week or so until I run out of ideas. You can check me out at jennetingle.com if you want to order reeds or cane, or if you have any questions for me or comments for me. I would love to hear from you and hear what questions you have about reed making and what my next short video should address for you. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.